Good morning, children. Back to your classroom. So already we have finished the first stage of the chapter. First and the second part we have finished already. So here just we start our third part from this chapter. I folded the letter again and slipped it carefully back into its envelope. Okay, so already the author just opened the letter and he was reading it. Okay, so reading the story already we have going through, and he just reading after he kept back it in the envelope. I kept awake all night. By morning knew what I had to do. I drove into Bridport, just a few miles away. I asked a boy walking his dog where Cobb Beaches was. House number 12 turned out to be nothing but a burned out shell, the roof gaping, the window boarded out. I knocked at the house next door and asked if anyone knew the whereabouts of a Mrs. Matchperson. Oh yes, said the old man in his slippers. He knew her well, a lovely old lady. He told me a bit muddle-headed, but at her age she was entitled to be, wasn't she? 101 years old. She had been in the house when it caught fire. No one really knew how the fire had started, but it could well have been candles. She used candles rather than electricity because she always thought electricity was too expensive. The fireman had got her out just in time. She was in a nurse home now. He told me Burlingham House on the Dorchester Road on the other side of town. So see, the author has just come to search of her lady, the wife of Tommy the soldier. So when he came on that street, he come to know that already her house was burned in the fire. Okay, so how the fire burned? Always she was used the candles. Only she's used the candles instead of the electricity bulb and all. So she was just feared to have the electricity bill as so much of expensive. So she tried to keep in all the rooms the candles only. So for that candles the house was just burned out. So the fireman just came out of the house, and now she was resting in the nursing home. And do you know what her age is now? She is in 110 years old. Okay, her age was just 101 year old. She is now in the nursing home and she is having the rest in her. I found Burlington House nursing home easily enough. There were paper chains up in the hallway, and lighted Christmas trees stood in the corner with a lopsided angel on top. I said I was friend come to visit Mrs. Matchperson to bring her a Christmas present. I could see through into the dining room where everyone was wearing a paper hat and singing. The matron had a hat on too and seemed happy enough to see me. She even offered me a mince pie. She walked me along the corridor. Mrs. Matchperson is not in with the others. She told me she is rather confused today, so we thought it best if she had a good rest. She has no family, no one visits, so I am sure she will be only too pleased to see you. She took me into a conservatory with a wicker chair and potted plants all round and left me. So the author had just visited her in the nursing home. So that was the Christmas day. So there was all decoration was done in the stars and angel and the paper decorations. So all were just sitting in the corridor, but there was no Mrs. Match person. She was just disturbed that day. And you know what is the reason? She was disturbed that Christmas day. So the matron means one who is looking after them. The matron thought that let her just go and take the rest in her room personally. Okay, so the other just take to her room, and when he saw her, the old lady was sitting in a wheelchair, her hands folded in her lap. She had silver white hair pinned into a wispy bun. She was gazing out at the garden. "Hello," I said. She turned and looked up at me vacantly. "Happy Christmas, Connie," I went on. "I found this. I think it's yours." As I was speaking, her eyes never left my face. I opened the tin box and gave it to her. That was the moment her eyes lit up with recognition and her face became suffused with a sudden glow of happiness. I explained about the desk, about how I had found it, but I don't think she was listening for a while. See, just she was sitting on the wheelchair, and he gave a surprise gift and he was wishing her. Okay, so by seeing him, Connie, the wife of Miss Watchperson, was very surprised in her eyes. So let's see what's happened the next. She said nothing but stroked the letter tenderly with her fingertips. Suddenly she reached out and took my hand. Her eyes were filled with tears. "You told me you had come home by Christmas, dearest. And here you and the best Christmas present in the world. Come closer, Jim dear, sit down." I sat down beside her and she kissed my cheek. "Read your letters so often, Jim. Every day I wanted to hear your voice in my head. It always made me feel you were with me. And now you are back. You can read it to me yourself. Would you do that for me, Jim dear? I just want to hear your voice again. I had loved that so much. And then perhaps, well, we have some tea. I have made you a nice Christmas cake, marzipan and a round. I know how much you love marzipan." See, when the author came near her and she was 101 years old. Okay, so when he gave the Christmas gift to her, she just thought that in her mind the husband has come near to her. She's never thought about her age and his age. And he is making him to sit nearby her and just talking as her husband is sitting near as her. Okay, and how much she want to say to her husband, that everything she is just saying to that author. Okay, so he just kept calm and quiet and just listening her, and he herself is saying that your sound is very cuteness for me. I want to hear always, and this letter you yourself has to read for me. Okay, and I had make a cake for you. What do you think about this story? Does she still in that young stage and just waiting for her husband? Yeah, it's really she's waiting for her husband back to her, and she never thought of her age has just come up. So I hope that you already just hope this story. Read out again and again. 3 times you read out, then only you can understand. Okay.